Ripple, XRP, price prediction 2025 to 2030, can Ripple beat SEC to push XRP to $10? Disclaimer: the datasets shared within the following article have been compiled from a set of online sources and don't replicate CoinMarketHype personal analysis on the topic. XRP has registered a commendable development of greater than 56% during the last 30 days. Whereas that is the case for the 1-month time frame, the crypto has been fairly unstable inside that point interval itself. Many of the volatility stems from developments within the ongoing SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. This sensational case has buyers and merchants carefully following developments in hopes of exploiting little-worth actions right here and there. Nevertheless, for many who are eager about holding the crypto and taking part in the lengthy recreation, you will need to look previous these occasions and discover what makes XRP precious and the way it will contribute sooner or later. Right here's CoinMarketHype worth prediction for XRP for 2023 to 2024. On 4th of October, CB Insights launched its Fintech 250 report. This report talks about probably the most promising names in fintech, and Ripple was one of many featured corporations. On the ESG entrance, Ripple revealed a strategic collaboration with Web3 carbon offset market WIHOUT. This enterprise seeks to boost the effectivity and transparency in voluntary carbon markets. Having a look on the token stats, data from CoinMarketCap revealed that XRP was buying and selling at 51 cents at press time. The market capitalization stood at $25.70 billion. In the meantime, the crypto recorded a 24-hour buying and selling quantity of $2.3 billion. Ripple, XRP, and all the pieces in between. Ripple's tie-up with Tokyo Mitsubishi Financial Institution in 2017 was a significant milestone. Following the identical, it turned the second largest crypto by market capitalization for a quick interval. A year later, Ripple was within the information once more for its partnership with worldwide banking conglomerate Santander Group for an app specializing in cross-border transactions. When it comes to rivals, Ripple has near none in the meanwhile. They're the main crypto agency catering to monetary establishments around the globe. Because the variety of partnerships develop, by extension, XRP will reap the advantages. In any case, it's the medium of alternate for all cross-border transactions enabled by RippleNet. Ripple has been capitalizing on the necessity for fast transactions and different untapped potential in rising economies, provided that nations in Latin America and Asia-Pacific areas usually tend to notice the worth of blockchain and its tokens in comparison with their first-world counterparts. With the rise of central financial institution digital currencies, CBDC, it's seemingly that creating international locations trying to discover this feature will go for Ripple because it already gives a properly established cross-border framework. Elevated adoption of CBDCs may also result in banking establishments contemplating integrating crypto into their providers. It will work out very properly for Ripple because RippleNet is already related to quite a few banks. Blockchain options being provided to Ripple's central financial institution companions eager to enterprise into CBDCs embrace the choice to leverage the XRP ledger utilizing a non-public sidechain. Ripple is predicted to develop quickly over the forecast interval, as it may be used for a wide range of features like accounting, funding, sensible contract implementation, and decentralized programming. XRP has an edge over its rivals as a result of its low value of entry. The truth that a number of dollars will purchase tens of XRP appears interesting to new buyers, particularly those that favor little funding. In line with Evaluate's report, the cryptocurrency market's dimension is predicted to hit $4.94 billion by 2030, rising at a CAGR of 12.8%. A lot of crypto firms will profit from this, Ripple amongst them. The expansion within the cryptocurrency market is spurred by a rise within the demand for operational effectivity and transparency in monetary fee methods, in addition to a rise in demand for remittances in creating nations. The final thought is that RippleNet's adoption by monetary establishments will improve, resulting in extra recognition of the platform in addition to its native token. This has additionally been factored in whereas calculating predictions for 2025 and past. XRP's press-time worth was a far cry from its all-time excessive of $3.94 billion by 2030, rising at a CAGR of 12.8%. A lot of crypto firms will profit from this, Ripple amongst them. As a matter of truth, its worth was nearer to its launch worth than to its all-time excessive. As XRP recovered on the charts, although, so did its market capitalization. It was recorded to be $25.7 billion at press time. Though XRP did acquire considerably over the previous month, its year-to-date returns have buyers frightened. SEC lawsuit and its effect. On December 22, 2020, the U.S. Securities and Trade Fee, SEC, filed a lawsuit in opposition to Ripple Labs. The lawsuit alleged that Ripple had raised $1.3 billion by the sale of unregistered securities, XRP. Along with this, the SEC additionally introduced costs in opposition to Ripple's high executives, Christian Larson, co-founder, and Brad Garlinghouse, CEO, citing that they'd made private features totaling $600 million within the course of. The SEC argued that XRP must be thought of as safety reasonably than a cryptocurrency and as such, must be beneath their purview. A verdict in favor of the SEC will set a reasonably disagreeable authorized precedent for the broader crypto market. This is the reason this case is being carefully noticed by stakeholders within the trade. It's evident that developments within the lawsuit have a direct effect on XRP's worth. Following the information of the lawsuit in 2020, XRP tanked nearly 25%. In April 2021, the Decide handed Ripple a small victory by granting them entry to SEC's inside paperwork, which precipitated XRP to rise over the $1 mark, a threshold that the crypto hadn't crossed in 3 years. In line with a tweet by protection legal professional James Filan on August 15, 2022, the U.S. District Court docket for the Southern District of New York dealt one more blow to the SEC when Decide Sarah Netburn granted Ripple's movement to serve subpoenas to acquire a set of video recordings for the aim of authentication, dismissing the regulators' declare that Ripple was attempting to reopen discovery. This was in response to Ripple's motion filed on August 3, 2022. SEC lawsuit and its effect. Within the opinion and order printed earlier in July, Decide Sarah Netburn condemned the SEC for its hypocrisy and actions, which urged that the regulator was adopting its litigation positions to additional its desired objective, and never out of a devoted allegiance to the legislation. The lawsuit's verdict, no matter its, could have an enduring effect on XRP's worth. It is very important notice that a verdict in favor of the SEC would make XRP a safety solely within the U.S. as a result of the regulator doesn't have jurisdiction throughout the nation's borders. Carol Alexander, professor of finance on the College of Sussex, believes that XRP is in contrast to some other crypto. She believes that if Ripple manages to beat the SEC lawsuit, it may begin taking up the SWIFT banking system. In an interview with CNBC, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse talked about the potential for an IPO after the case with the SEC is resolved. Ripple going public could have a major effect on XRP's worth motion within the following years. In an interview with Axios at Collision 2022, Garlinghouse additional said that the present worth of XRP has already factored in Ripple shedding the case. If Ripple loses the case, does something change? It's mainly simply establishment, he added. As for his private opinion on the decision, Garlinghouse is betting that it is going to be in favor of Ripple. I'm betting that as a result of I believe the information are on our aspect. I'm betting that as a result of the legislation is on our aspect, he added. Curiously, help for Ripple and XRP hasn't been common actually, with Ethereum's Vitalik Buterin lately commenting, XRP already misplaced their proper to safety after they tried to throw us beneath the bus as China-controlled EMA Vitalik Buterin. Ripple and the SEC's lawsuit isn't just restricted to the courtroom. The matter is commonly quoted by the media, with each events having been featured in a number of op-eds, typically criticizing one another. Simply this month, the market watchdog and the crypto agency have been the topic of a heated alternate by items printed by the Wall Avenue Journal. On August 10, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler reiterated his stance on the definition of crypto belongings and their oversight in his op-ed piece featured in the Wall Avenue Journal. Make no mistake, If a lending platform is providing securities, it falls into SEC jurisdiction. Chairman Gensler went on to quote the $100 million settlement that the regulator had reached with BlockFi, stating that the crypto market should adjust to time-tested securities legal guidelines. As per the phrases of the settlement, BlockFi has to rearrange its enterprise to adjust to the U.S. Funding Firm Act of 1940 along with registering beneath the Securities Act of 1933 to promote its merchandise. In response to Chairman Gensler's op-ed, Stu Alderete published his personal piece in the Wall Avenue Journal and didn't mince his phrases, whereas taking a shot on the regulator. Alderete accused Gensler of sidelining fellow regulators, CFTC, FDIC and so forth, and overreaching its jurisdiction versus the chief order by U.S. President Joe Biden, which directed companies to coordinate on rules for crypto. What we'd like is regulatory readability for crypto, not the SEC swinging its Billy membership to guard its turf on the expense of the greater than 40 million individuals within the crypto economic system, Alderete added. A controversial article authored by Rosalind Layden in Forbes on 28 August identified that since 2017 the SEC's Crypto Belongings Unit has been concerned in 200-odd lawsuits. In line with Layden, this determined means that as an alternative of arising with clear rules to make sure compliance, the regulator would reasonably interact crypto corporations with lawsuits and try to control by enforcement. Ripple CTO David Schwartz discovered himself in a standoff with Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin earlier this month after Buterin took a dig at XRP on Twitter. Schwartz hit again and responded to Buterin's tweet, evaluating miners within the POW ecosystems like Ethereum to stockholders of corporations like eBay. I do suppose it's completely truthful to analogize miners in POW methods to stockholders in corporations. Simply as eBay stockholders earn from the residual friction between consumers and sellers that eBay doesn't take away, so do miners in ETH and BTC, Schwartz added. Now, placing incorrect determine on the long run worth of XRP just isn't a straightforward job. Nevertheless, so long as there are cryptocurrencies, there shall be crypto pundits providing their 2 cents on market actions. Ripple, XRP, Worth Prediction 2025. Changelly has gathered a mean prediction of 47 cents for XRP by the tip of 2022. As for 2025, Changelly has supplied a variety between $1.47 to $1.76 at max for XRP. Finder's conclusion from a panel of 36 trade specialists is that XRP must be at $3.61 by 2025. It must be famous that not all of these specialists agree with that forecast. A few of them consider that the crypto receive that even cross the $1 threshold by 2025. Keegan Francis, the worldwide cryptocurrency editor for Finder, doesn't agree with the panel of specialists. He predicts that XRP shall be priced 50 cents by the tip of 2025 and surprisingly, a mere 10 cents in 2030. In line with information printed on Nasdaq, the common projection for 2025 is around $3.66. Ripple, XRP, Worth Prediction 2030. Finder's specialists had a reasonably conservative determined for XRP in 2030. They consider that the crypto may hit $4.98 by 2030. In an announcement to Finder, Matthew Harry, the head of funds at DigitalX Asset Administration, revealed that he doesn't see any utility in XRP aside from the hypothesis factor. In an announcement to Finder, Matthew Harry, the head of funds at DigitalX Asset Administration, revealed that he doesn't see any utility in XRP aside from the hypothesis factor. In line with information printed on Nasdaq's website, the common projection for 2030 is around $18.39. Conclusion. Year-to-date, YTD, figures from Ripple's Q2 earnings report have made it clear that regardless of the drop in XRP's worth, demand for his or her on-demand liquidity service not solely remained undeterred, however really grew by 9 occasions year-over-year, yay, with ODL gross sales totaling $2.1 billion in Q2. The report additionally said that Ripple has pledged $100 million for carbon-removing actions according to their carbon impartial goal and sustainability targets. Ripple's Crypto Developments report claims that NFTs and CBDCs are nonetheless of their nascent phases, and as their potential is regularly realized, its effect on Ripple's community and on the broader blockchain area shall be seen. It must be famous that whereas varied specialists have predicted XRP's worth to extend within the following years, there are some who consider that XRP will lose all worth by the tip of the last decade. The key elements that may affect XRP's worth within the coming years are: verdict of the SEC lawsuit, IPO after lawsuit is resolved, partnerships with monetary establishments, mass adoption CBDC ventures by central banks. Predictions are usually not resistant to altering circumstances, and they're going to at all times be up to date with new developments. With the worry and greed index nonetheless struggling to get well, uncertainty is certain to be related to XRP and the remainder of the crypto market at this second. Subscribe CoinMarketHype for daily crypto news.